Live.
2, 3.
Lillian just did their own countdown.
Welcome to another unauthorized and brand-new treasure hunt in the sharky waters around the Gatsby Islands with Queen Raae. I'm your host, Captain Ola Vea, and today's guest is the great and powerful pirate princess Lillian.
Very special and rare guest.
Okay, stopp. Nei, stopp. Du kan heller få lov litt mer etterpå.
Nå har jeg gjort min jobb. Ferdig.
Bra jobba, kompis. Hun kommer tilbake. She's back.
She's back. How are we doing today? What have we been doing today?
Hva skjer da, kompis?
Ingenting.
Vær forsiktig med den lampa, da.
Okay, you're not answering. What have we been doing today?
Lillian, hva har vi gjort i dag?
Vet du hva?
Yes.
We have launched our Twitter killer.
Ha det bra!
No, it's not a Twitter killer.
Hva sa
It's
du?
just a tool you can use on your Twitter to to follow fewer people, to get more joy, spark more joy with your Twitter.
Exactly. So that's what I remembered, or I did yesterday. I was working on this. I did the tagline, "Does your Twitter timeline bring you joy?" And there has been an outpour of support. Like I'm just like, I'm sitting here, I'm drinking some gin tonic and just really, really enjoying looking at all these beautiful faces.
Yes.
And also a little shout out to me. Look at how cute that little illustration is.
Yes.
Find accounts to unfollow or keep. And then little Easter egg. I mean, that's Ryan Hoover. He's the founder of Product Hunt. So I had to like add him there.
You put him in there?
I put him in there. I did. Do you have some people you want to shout out for helping?
We can't start with the people who commented here.
Yeah.
At least the people I know, but maybe you know some of them that I don't. Here, Farisa. Who's that? Do you know?
I don't think so.
But that's Alex. That's Alex from Seda.
That's Alex from Seda. And Inessa is in the chat.
Oh.
Have you upvoted?
Howdy.
Oh, we're not allowed to ask for upvotes. Have you supported us today on Product Hunt? I'm thinking that's a yes. I'm not 100% sure.
But that's great. You know, Inessa showed me the secret thing they've been building. You remember? You remember the secret thing?
Yes.
Yes, he showed me.
Oh, that makes
it looks
cool.
Great.
So we have Alex here from Seda, and we got Tudor from Seda. Hey. They helped us get this product off the ground.
Look at this.
And then
Inessa says, I did upvote. Yeah, no pressure here.
No pressure at all. And Eric, I met at the conference in London, and he's actually of Norwegian descent, so we had a lot of fun. And we'll have a little bit of inception here because I'm pretty sure John is down here somewhere. So Michelle, also a great person. She has a podcast, So Social, worth listening to.
Yes, let's find the John thing.
I just was going to comment while I was scrolling, so we don't have to scroll so much up and down.
Right away.
People haven't upvoted your comment, unfortunately, John. It's Eric, a good old client of ours. And then Monica, who's been on the show. Katarina, who works for Userlist.
Okay, I'm going to read John now.
2 seconds. Salma, who works for Netly Wi-Fi and is just a awesome person. And then we have John.
I'm going to read John now. If their skills and creativity in coding prune your follows don't make you flabbergasted, there's always their exciting entertainment value.
We'll see if we'll manage to entertain you tonight, or tomorrow, or in what would you say that in the morning, entertain you in the morning? Because I'm guessing it's lunchtime or morning where you're at. And then Colby, another fine client, and Devrel at Cloudinary. Jeff is also an ex-client. He has the awesome Outsera membership software that we did a demo, React demo for them. And then there's another, and then somebody was like, "Oh, I love this ID, but I'm getting warnings that I'm unfollowing too quickly." So yes, because Twitter does not like us to create such an app. So no, but I always knew. So this is for everyone watching this stream. I'll give you a little bit of a secret behind the scenes. So I, did some rate limit research when I was creating this app. So if we go to, I guess, to the well, that's the rate limit, but if we just go to the actual kind of endpoint, so we have follows here. If we go to the endpoint documentation, I'm going to bump it up. If we go to the reference documentation, and then we have post. And this is why we had to switch and do a lot of things, because we couldn't do this with our kind of app token. We needed people's actual tokens to be allowed to do that. And I think it says there's like some rate limit information here, because I found it once. Yes. So look at this user rate limit. So 50 requests per 15 minutes window per each authenticated user. Great. We'll just tell people when they've, unfollowed 50 people, we'll be like, come back next week and do it all again.
Yeah.
Super happy about that. But then this week, I found this little like footnote to that Twitter API version 2 rate limit. So again, we can see here that it says unfollow. Let's see here. So it says follow. Where's my follows? Unfollow a user 50 within a 15-minute period. But then there's a little, oh, look at that. There's a little asterisk. It's a little asterisk. And you keep scrolling. And then it says, you're only allowed 500 successful requests per 24 hours per app. So that means Prune Your Follows is only allowed to unfollow or facilitate 500 successful unfollows.
Yeah.
So
per 24 hours.
Per 24 hours. And I think for regular usage of the app, that's going to be fine, because, there's not going to be a ton of users purging their list every day. There's going to be like some users. But today, for all of your support, we've had 100 signups, almost 100 signups today, and people have been trying to purge. So we've ended up with 717 unfollows in the last 24 hours, which made us get cut off until tomorrow. So some people are complaining.
Over the limit? Wasn't it 500?
Yes, but what often happens with rate limiting is that there's a limit, but then, a lot of requests can come at the same time. So Twitter is kind of being graceful. So we should stop trying now, but, people are still trying. So I don't know, we might get banned by Twitter. Hopefully not.
No.
Yeah. So in the new year, we also need like better systems for working with this. But that's not what we're going to work on today. Today, we're going to do a little bit of work on the marketing page.
Yes.
I can also show you the Seda Playground, because we're going to be using that.
Yes.
We're going to be using that for our thing.
We should do that with this thing we're doing today, where we're going to count how many unfollows and stuff. Maybe we should give people like a warning. You gotta stop now, people. Stop it.
Yes. So we could do that. We could like have a little bit of warning where, when things are overheating, we'll just like close sign up and then have people come, sign up for a waiting list or something like that. But I don't think we're going to see this so much going forward.
No.
So if we do run client, or just run here, we're actually running code directly on the prod database. Be vigilant if you do that yourself. So we now have 198 users. And this morning we had 98. So that's almost 100 new users. And then in the last 24 hours, we've facilitated 717 unfollows. And then in total for the app lifetime, we've facilitated 3,971 unfollows.
Yeah.
And my idea was that we wouldn't need to collect emails and anything. I just wanted this app to like live on its own. But now that people are getting rate limited, we needed to kind of collect their emails. So I had a little modal when you're getting rate limited. I'm saying like, hey, you're getting rate limited. Maybe you want to give us your email and we'll let you know when things are back up. I will probably also be a little bit of a spam bot and go out and like DM accounts that have had like a lot of failures and ask them to try again. But anyway, that's where we're at. But it's been fun. Like this is super, super, super fun. And also let's see where we're at with our, with our thing. We're at 11. So we've been at 11 for like half the day. We'll see if we get into like spot 9, but Ola's like, no. I mean, we are.
Well, there's no good for us because we can't. Our app doesn't work.
I'm amazed that we got to 11. Like that is all of
I agree.
Support.
That's the best for everybody who's seen Spinal Tap the movie. He has this thing. The thing he attaches to his guitar to make it a big noise, and he says, "Look at this! It goes all the way to 11."
That's where we're at. Yes.
Yeah, we're at 11. We crashed the app. Yeah.
Okay. So let's see what we're gonna do today, because today we're gonna do a fun little thing.
Yeah.
We're gonna add. So now we're on localhost, so that's why there's only me who's trusted this app so far. And then I've hard coded. I just copy pasted some statistics from Tailwind. I copy pasted this component from Tailwind, and then I hard coded 186 users because that's what we had at the time, and then 3,971 unfollows. But what we want to do is that we want to add build time. We want to source these from SATA, our database. At build time, we want to source these from the SATA database, our production database, and then have them so they won't be real time because we don't want to keep rebuilding this, but we'll probably set the app to rebuild once every day, and then we'll do something with the design where it's like, approximately or like over, or we'll do some fun stuff to like make the numbers be cool. But anyway, so what we want to do is I created a GitHub issue here. So we want to create a Gatsby node. So we only need to create one node this time, and we're going to source the source data from SATA, giving us the unfollowed count and the user count. And the way I like to tackle these things is by first kind of just creating a node with hard-coded numbers. So the numbers that I've hard-coded into the HTML now, we're going to hard-code them into the Gatsby node. And Ola is going to walk us through that. And then I'll ask SATA for the actual numbers and use those in the Gatsby node that we've created. And then I've already created the marketing section, and then we're going to hook that marketing section up to the Gatsby data node. So first, let's make a dummy data node, then fill it with correct data, and then hook it up to our stats section.
All right. Okay. So we need... Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Say it again.
I'm just going to prep the code here. Say it again.
Say it again. Okay. Say it again.
Say it again. Yes. So first we want to create a hard-coded data node. Then we want to source the actual live data and put that into the data node. And then we want to use that data node and hook it up to the marketing section on our front page.
Yep. Okay.
Yep. And why? I have an important why. So the why of we're doing this, that it gives social proof. So social proof is something that you have on websites to kind of let other people feel like this is a legit and good product. So what you'll often see is these, okay, let's go to our proper site. You'll see these little like avatars of the people using the product. that's one way. Testimonials are another way, where you have like little blurbs from people who've used their product, and we can add that after collecting some of the things people have said on Twitter today. And then the third way is to add some stats to kind of bolster, and you could obviously fake those stats, but like we're not going to fake them. But even if you would fake them, like when people land on a page that looks good and has these kind of like social proofs, then people are more inclined to like use your product. So that's why we're doing it.
Did we mention Arme?
No, because he didn't put a comment in there. So
we'll do it
thank you
later.
so much.
We'll do it
Yes.
later. Yeah.
I'll come back to you because you've been, yes. Okay, so talk me through how to create a node.
Yeah. So we're going to do it inside source nodes. Yeah, there.
Yes.
Right. And then we gotta like at the top there at the source nodes, you see they have like const reporter with the
Mhm.
Gatsby, and we're
Yeah.
gonna need a lot of different things here.
Okay.
Actions. That sounds good, doesn't it?
I just need another drink before we do anything more. I'll be thoroughly drunk by the end of this show.
Create.
Yes.
Node ID.
Create node ID. They're showing up. Create digest, I guess.
Create content digests.
Yes. What about? Do we need some more?
Yes, and then underneath we're going to make a new one for const create node, and we're gonna deconstruct it from actions. Actions is great, you know.
Very good code communication there by saying destructuring it from actions.
Yes, we love actions. Okay,
Yes.
So now you wanna do it under the create user avatar nodes.
I'll do it above.
Yes. Okay. So now we just do create node. Create
node.
node.
And it's a function. Okay.
And we're gonna have like the parrots.
We're gonna pass it an object.
Like that. And the first thing is ID. And now we're going to have this super duper create node ID thing from Gatsby.
Yes.
It is so deterministic and great.
So what we need to give create node ID, we need to give it something that's unique within our world.
Yes.
And we're only going to create one node because we're going to have just one node to have the statistics in. We're not going to create like if you were searching blog posts or avatars like we're doing underneath, we're creating multiple avatars and then each avatar needs to have a unique ID. But for this case, we're just creating one node so we can just like hard code the ID. So what do we want to call it?
Statistics. Isn't that great?
Yes. And I probably can't spell that, so let's see.
It looks good. It looks
that
good.
That does not look good. I need spell check in my coding editor. But actually, it is correct.
Of course. I said so. It's great.
Well, I know you are a good speller. Yeah.
And then usually what I do is that I go straight to the other things that we need to do. And that internal. You see how they start with the same letter there? The I. So it's easier to remember. So and then we need more parrots. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then the first is type.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll just call it statistics because that's what it is.
And when we name types, we usually like to do a big letter at the beginning.
Ah, yes.
Types are usually camel case. So funny things when you're coding, different kind of parts of code have different conventions for how you name things. And you can do camel case, snake case, or that like last one that I never remember what's called. But like it doesn't really matter technically, but it's nice conventions to follow.
We like conventions. Yeah. And now it's content digests. Yeah. And create content digests. Yeah.
And at this point, there's nothing in there. So let's just have it empty.
Yeah.
Or like an empty object I like to use there.
Okay. But we need something later. Because if not, then we're not going to get anything.
So so the content digest is used so that Gatsby knows if this node has changed or not. So whenever the content coming into the node changes, the digest needs to change. Okay, so let's add some data then.
Yep.
So I like to add them outside. So let's just do stat data.
Yes.
And then what did I want to call them in my little brief there?
User unfollowed count or user count?
Unfollow.
With
Unfollowed count. So let's do 12. No, let's do 5,600. And then user count. So 256. No,
And then
356.
and then you have like a typo there on count unfollowed count.
Count. Okay.
Count.
Okay.
Okay,
And then I
good.
can destructure that on here. So we get the stats data onto the node, and then we'll use the stats data to create the digest. So if the stats data changes, then the digest changes, and Gatsby knows that this node has changed. And
Yes.
obviously, this is where we're going to put the data from the database. But let's use it first. Let's fire up our GraphiQL and see if it's in there.
Yes. We love graphical. It is great.
Okay, so we don't need that anymore. I'm just going to put that here.
And is it true that with this Valhalla thing, then other people can also start using graphical?
Yes, I believe so. With Valhalla, you kind of get the data layer from Gatsby. I haven't been able to play with it yet, but you're supposed to get access to the data layer at the graphical kind of interface, or the GraphQL data layer, and then you can query that like you would any GraphQL backend.
So it is, they will get graphical.
Yes. So let's
Hopefully.
see if we have some statistics in here. I am guessing we need to rebuild because it's actually changed the
I can't see
changed
it.
we've changed the Gatsby node, and when you do that, you need to rebuild.
Yes, of course. Yes, that's true. Yeah. That is important. That also important.
Look at us. Okay, so while we do that, we go and check if there's something more has happened on Pruner Follows. We're still at 143 upvotes, and we got 3 new things. Oh, cool. So Joe, I actually ended up acting in my comment because I wanted to add a user testimonial, and then I wanted to like say what Twitter user that testimonial came from, and then Product Hunt like automatically tagged him. So he's been getting spam today because I think everyone who replied to my comment also replied to his comment. So but anyway, so let's see if we're getting some data here now.
Yes.
Okay, look at that, all statistics, but we just want one, so we'll just go to the statistics, and we have the unfollower count, and we got the user count.
Yeah, take away that.
And check that out. That's the data we put. And now we use the
Yes.
magical code exporter. And then we want a static query because we're just going to use it in that one marketing, the stat section.
Yeah.
And we want to use the hook. We want to use the hook. Okay.
Yes.
So we need to copy that part from Gatsby. So let's go to our new stat section. And then we need to grab it here. So we're actually asking from the data. And then it would be data, statistics, and then unfollowed count and user count. So then we can use that. So instead of the hard-coded numbers I put in here, we should be able to do data and then statistics. Why did I choose such a hard word? No, word. Statistics, unfollowed, no, user count. And then for the unfollows, we'll do the unfollows and followed count.
Yeah. Like that.
If we go back to our marketing page here now, we should be seeing, if we refresh, we should be seeing the new numbers that we are getting from the data layer instead of the ones that I hard-coded in the UI. Oh, things are slow. My computer is slowly dying.
You know what I did today? I did clean my Mac.
Clean your Mac.
Yeah, I
Oh.
did it. Oh, look. Yes.
We got them. So next step. So let's see. We've done our create Gatsby node.
Yeah.
We've hooked the marketing section to the Gatsby data node. Oh, I did it though. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
And then we want to ask SATA for the numbers.
Yes.
And I gave you that earlier because I did this to like follow on or follow things. So
yeah, there it is.
So what's cool again with that it's fun with SATA is that I was playing around with these things here in the playground, so you can play around with it inside of here and see if you get kind of the expected result or not, and then you can copy paste. So kind of the playground here is similar to the kind of what we love about the graphical, that you actually get a graphical that you get a visual way to look at your data, and you don't have to do everything inside of your terminal and doing SQL queries and stuff like that. It's much more friendly. So it's kind of similar to that.
Yes. But do they have a code exporter?
Yeah, so they don't have, well, you kind of write the code in their playground, and then you can copy paste it from the playground.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So what were we doing? Okay, we were going to do that in our Gatsby node. So instead of getting this kind of hard coded, we want to get that from SATA. So we also need to get, I guess we already have the SATA client. So I guess we can move that out and actually do it outside so that we have it accessible in both of these functions. Okay, so we have the result. So what we're asking SATA to do is to do some aggregation. And I just want to do unfollows since this timestamp, because I have some old data in the production database that I want to count. And then we also do a unique count, which is something that SATA gives you, where it says, okay, look at all our accounts. And then, oh, but that's not users total. Yes. Accounts. And then, wait a second. So we have in a table of accounts, and in there we know who's followed who. And if we then do a unique count on the followed by column, we will get the number of users of the application. And then here we do the unfollowed total. We do a count, and then we do a filter, and then we count that filter. So I am not a pro at this, but I play around in the playground and you look at the documentation for SATA and kind of like work it out. And when it works, I'm happy. Okay.
Yes.
And this little symbol here means that greater than or equals to the state. Okay.
Groovy.
And then I think it should be on result, eggs, unfollowed total. Unfollowed.
George
total.
is here.
Oh,
look at this.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Hey!
I invited you. Yes, I did.
Tack för lånet.
Yes.
And we now should have this stats data on coming straight from SATA. So let's do another develop and see if we get the data, production data. Or I'm guessing we're not going to get the production data. We're going to get the dev environment data. So there's going to be like one user and all the people I've unfollowed from the dev environment. But then we can be reckless and run this code towards the prod database as well.
So,
yes, George, it's on product hunt. You need to go upvote. While we're waiting for the build. This is where we're at. We're at 11 and we got 143 upvotes.
Yes.
No, we've fallen down to 12.
That's totally fine. So
go upvote, George.
But George, Inessa, and John, have you guys pruned any follows yet?
Well, don't go test it now, because as we talked about
no,
earlier,
you can't do it now because it's not working.
Okay, let's see if we got some new data in our. Look at that. User count 1, unfollowed count 49. That seems to be about right.
Oh no, I'm gonna read, George. I'm gonna share it on Twitter the whole of tomorrow. But that's good.
That's good too for Unfollow Friday. But
Yes.
the product hunt thing kind of stops in 13 hours and 22 minutes. Then it kind of resets and it's a new day for people to launch new products.
It's just one day at a time.
Yes. It's from
Oh.
12:01. Okay, look at that.
What
Now
happened?
we have my one user with 49 unfollows, which is correct for the dev environment. And now I'm going to do something, we should never do.
Yes.
Don't do
I
this
love
at
it.
home, kids.
Yes.
Because also kind of cool with SATA is that if I check out main, I can't check out main because obviously because I know what we can do.
It's okay, George. Don't worry about it.
It's fine. We're on 12. That is pretty high up there.
Don't think about that. That's not what's important. The important thing that if we showed it off to a lot of people and they prune their follows, and they prune so many follows that you can't prune any more follows today.
So, what's kind of cool with SATA is that you kind of have different databases within your workspace, the same way you have different Git branches within your kind of Git project. And then if there is a branch with the same name as a SATA database, it will actually use that database. So if you're on main, it uses the main database. And then now that we're on stats for social proof, I've set it up so that the fallback database for that is the dev database. But I can go into my browser or into my env variables now and set it so that the fallback branch is the main branch so we can get production data. But I'm just going to do that while you can't see it because I don't want to show off all of my env data.
I see. That's cool. You're going to do
what I'm changing is something called SATA_fallback branch. And then I'm setting that to main, which means that every branch gets a branch that I'm using is going to talk to the main database in our SATA workspace.
And Aremu, he made a cool tweet here on the Twitters. And he did some other stuff too, but what was the...
No, he's been sharing all day. He's shared like 3 or 4 times.
Yes! You answered with minions. That's great. I love minions.
I'm just fixing my hair, everyone, while we're waiting for this build.
George upvoted us! All right.
Yay!
You know what? Lillian found a pirate minion for me.
She did. Oh, she also made this. It's a pirate snowman for the show. Should we make it into a sticker?
It's a snow pirate. Yes, we should. It's a snow pirate. That's very good. Hello. Hello.
Hello, Papa.
Hello.
Okay, so let's see. We're still on localhost. Are we going to get my 1 user and 49 unfollows? Are we going to get prod data? Boom, boom, boom. Let's have a look. Ooh, look at that. 196 users and 3,971 unfollows.
Yes. Did we just get one more user?
I think so.
Oh, look, there's Fabio.
Yeah. So these are randomly selected. So it's going to be different every time somebody. Oh, there's Joe.
Joe?
Every time. Yeah,
Who's
Joe. Joe used the app a couple of days back and loved it. So I used his quote in our comment. So let's see if we can see George's upvote.
Lilian, come. Se.
Oh, look at that. George, you got us up to 144.
Yeah. John, see it. Open that. Nei,
blir det.
John sier snøpiraten ser skikkelig bra ut.
You now speak
Yay!
Norwegian, John.
Yippee!
Jeg gjorde bare sånn.
Woo!
Høre på som det var.
Okay,
Yeah.
but I guess we're done for today.
Yes!
We need to. Oh,
I
I
love
need to
it.
go back. I need to go back, change the fallback thing to dev again, and then
Okay.
we can do a summary. And then we can do a
Yes,
summary.
summary. I love it
Or maybe
when
maybe
we're
you want to
quick.
do the summary. Well, you know, I prepped and everything.
That is great.
And you prepped. I think that's why we're so fast and good today, because you prepped and you like got me through that node creation like that. I need to Google it every time because I always forget. I'm going to keep the prod data, but what I'm going to do is that I'm going to do a commit. So feature, add stat section to marketing page. I kind of feel like it's good enough. Should we just like prod, like put it into prod right away?
Yes.
So add stat section to marketing page.
Yes.
Commit.
All right.
And then I usually do a git push from here. And then I click this little pull request link because that takes us straight to the pull request
Whoa.
creation on GitHub.
I love it.
And then feature add stats for social proof. And that actually closes. And do not write solves because solve does not close things, which is super annoying because I always want to write solves. 143. Create pull request, and if you want to be really vigilant, you also find the it's already linked up because we put the closest 43 in there. It also kind of hooks it up to the issue right there.
Yes.
And then I do a little bit of a look through to just make sure that things look, good. That things aren't, we haven't accidentally. So what I often check is that at least there are no files that are showing up there that shouldn't be oh, George, you're going to be rate limited, so only do keep, don't do any unfollows until tomorrow. So I like to check that there's no files here that shouldn't have been changed. At least, even if it's your own code, you want to do a little bit of a check. And then since I'm allowed to merge without a code review, then I'll just do squash and merge.
Yes.
But then we can also do, I guess it's co-authored.
He got a warning.
Yep.
Yeah, I love it. That's how you see how popular we were today. Yep, we rate limited ourselves.
Okay, so I wanted to put you in as a co-author, but I don't remember exactly how you write that. They should like have a little thing here. Yeah. Okay, so confirm squash and merge.
Yes.
I think this is the first time we've put anything into prod on the stream. And then I like to just delete the branch because I don't need that hanging around. Okay, I'll do a review, or I do a summary, and then we can see if the code actually gets all the way to production because it needs to build, right? Okay, so what did we do today? Oh, I just closed it. Well,
what do you mean?
I closed the local host, and it's not running, so it's gonna be hard to. It's gonna be hard to showcase. It's gonna be hard to showcase.
Just do it.
Okay. So what did we do today? Today we sourced data about the usage of our app.
Yes.
From our database, SATA, and we do it at build time. So it's not going to be real-time data, but it's going to show you, something from the time it was built, and we'll have it build, at least once every day. So people can kind of get a ballpark number. Anyway, now I'm just rambling. Anyway, we sourced usage data
yes.
from our backend database or serverless database, SATA, and we asked it to count how many unfollows that the app has facilitated, and also how many users there are in total, how many unique users.
Yes.
So we ask for that and we await that results. And then we grab the results and we create a stats data object. And then we use that stats data object to create a Gatsby data layer node. And when it's been sourced like this, we can find it again inside of our graphical explorer.
Yes.
We can do a query for it here. And then we did the code exporter and we made sure to do a static query hook. And we used that code in our marketing stats section. So we'll do a static query getting the unfollowed count and the user count, and then we use the user count and the unfollow count inside of that section. And if we are lucky, it's built and we can see it on this page. It has not built.
That's fine.
It has not built. Let's do a little bit of a chitty chat in case.
No,
it builds.
absolutely not. Why did you do it?
Oh, yes. So why did I do it? Because we want some more social proof on our website.
Yes.
So on a marketing website. So when you're creating any kind of product, social proof is really important. And it's kind of a terminology that's used about things that make the user feel more confident that this is a good choice. So social proofs are such things as little avatars of the users, user stats like we've added today. And one of the most powerful of all is testimonials. So if you ever create an app and somebody says something nice about you on Twitter, you make sure to store that. And when you have, maybe 4 or 5 of them, you can create a really cool testimonial section on your marketing page. And that is very powerful.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Me too. Oh, it's live.
Yes, there is it.
We got a new user while we were waiting. I guess it's George. So we now have 199 users, and we've still only facilitated 3,971 unfollows because nobody is allowed to unfollow from the app anymore.
Because people did it too much. You did too much. Okay, Lilian, nå må du komme. Nå er det slutt.
Nei. Det kan ikke være slutt så fort.
Lilian says it's too quick. You can't be over now. It's too quick. But it can.
And look at that. We have a new notification.
How long does George have to wait?
So we got rate limited around... let me see. I have some stats on that. Because luckily I had added logging to my application before this launch. So I have some Sentry logs that tell me that people are getting rate limited. So let's see when that first started appearing. So 49 users have been rate limited. So that's 6 hours ago. So that means tomorrow minus 6 hours. So 6 hours, 18 hours from now, you can unfollow again.
Yes.
But you can only unfollow.
People. Now you can do it again.
Definitely. I mean, tomorrow is Unfollow Friday, so we can definitely, ask people to unfollow again.
In 18 hours. That's pretty late tomorrow then.
Yeah, it took a while before we got rate limited. Like a lot of the people in the morning, but then I think Salma, which thank you so much, Salma. She's doing a stream somewhere on YouTube right now. I think she shared it with like a large Slack, and everybody signed up and started unfollowing en masse. And then, that's did not.
Great.
And then we also had a user with 16. She follows 16,000 people. And the app is not equipped to handle that yet, because I thought most people that wanted to do this were like people who had following 5,000 people like me and weren't allowed to follow anymore. But this person has so many followers that she's allowed to follow 16,000 people. So her kind of experience is not great because the whole thing failed for her. But I'm going to reach out when we have background jobs in the new year. Let us know what you want to see. But I want to create background jobs. I want to do like notifications to get people back to prune some more. Yeah, lots of fun stuff. And then if we get background jobs working properly, people can have 16,000 follows, because then we'll just like spend 2 days importing everything, or I don't know, not 2 days, but like anyway.
Okay.
And again, and we did give a shout out to Eremil, right? So if he watches this in replay, thank you so much. I did see all of your tweets. I couldn't retweet all of them, but I did retweet some.
Okay, let's go.
Oh, do you guys want to be large in the large screen for this?
And
that was not correct.
We did the Prune Your Follows treasure hunt with Gatsby, Queen Raae, and our guest was Pirate Princess Leila. Na, 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 na.
And go unfollow tomorrow. Bye.